Hey, what's up YouTube? GoPro Youthman here. Today we're going to be hanging out in my son's bedroom with the RF7s and the RC64 II. So before we get started, I just wanted to kind of give you a little tour of his room. Since my son was about 14 years old, he began collecting posters, comics, movies, and he decided to pretty much decorate his entire room with the things that he loves. So his room is a 12 by 12 foot room. So honestly, for the RF7s and the RC64 II, some may say it's overkill. I don't think there is such a thing. Unfortunately, we're not able to tow in the speakers really at all, just because of the width of the entertainment center, as well as the amount of space we have over here where the door opens. So in this particular setup, the speakers cannot be angled or what we call towed in towards your listening area. Normally you want your tweeter aiming pretty close to where you're going to be sitting in your primary listening position. As you can see, these are shooting pretty much straight forward. You know, I've been blessed to own a lot of different Klipsch speakers. Most of the Klipsch speakers I've owned over the past probably 6 or 7 years have been from the reference series. The RF7s are the flagship speaker that Klipsch produced for the reference series probably back in the 90s, and then they replaced that with the RF83s, which I've owned those, and then I also own currently the RF7 version 2s, which are out in my 2-channel living room setup. So tonight I thought it'd be a good idea to put the RF7s and the RC64 II through its paces with a few clips from the movie Furious 8.
Blow out muscles will give you all show and no go.
Oh, I got plenty of go.
You must have misplaced that when I kicked your ass up and down that office of yours.
Yeah. Just like you Brits rewriting history, huh?
All I know is it wasn't me that was thrown out of a 4-story window.
Jumped. I jumped out of a 4-story window saving my partner's life. Because where I'm from, we don't settle fights by throwing bombs.
Well, that's funny because where I'm from, we don't need women to run to our rescue. I mean, do you really believe you can stand in front of me and beat me in a straight-up old-fashioned fistfight?
Let me tell you something. Me and you, one-on-one, no one else around. I will beat your ass like a Cherokee drum.
Maybe one day we'll find out.
Oh, you better hope that day never comes. I said no, Mr. Nobody. I'm not leaving this cell. I'll get out my way. The right way!
Get back to the cell!
Just a malfunction.
Get back!
Just a malfunction. Keep waiting, bitch. Rubber bullets. Big mistake.
Oh, it took longer than I expected.
So that gives you a little taste of what the RF7s and the RC64 is capable of. I don't know how well it's going to come through the microphone on the camera. Overall, my impressions of the RF7s and the RC64 is fantastic. If you're into movies, if you want action, if you want clarity, detail, the RF7s definitely will do that. Some guys say that the RF7s are quite on the bright side. My ears personally prefer a brighter sound. I've always liked the treble turned up a little bit. Back when I had Polk audio speakers and some Technique speakers as a kid, as a teenager. And so I've always enjoyed the brighter, crisp detail, and Klipsch always delivers in that respect. If you want something a little bit less bright, the RF7-2s are an incredible, incredible speaker. They kind of smooth off the highs a little bit, but they still maintain the same amount of slam and the same amount of impact due to their dual 10-inch drivers. If you prefer more of a laid-back sound, the RF83s probably would be a great ticket for you. The RF83s are the most laid-back out of those three speakers. I've owned all three, and as you can see in this photo, I had all three of those set up in my living room to do some A-B-C comparison. They were all set up and hooked up to a 200 by 2 channel amplifier. My ears preferred the RF7-2s. Everybody's ears hear differently. We all have different tastes, and we all have different things that we like and what we feel is adequate for our listening levels as well as our listening taste. I bought my son's RF7s on Craigslist for $400. I believe Klipsch originally sold these for $1,200 each, so that was a fantastic buy. There's a lot of great buys on Craigslist. Just about every speaker I've ever owned has been purchased used. A few of them were purchased brand new. The RC64-2 is a monster, massive center channel. As you can see, the center channel is bigger than his TV. The RC64-2 has 4 6.5-inch drivers, as well as a 1.75-inch titanium tweeter. So overall, I absolutely love the RF7s. I believe they're a great bargain. You can find them used on Craigslist, on apps like Let Go and OfferUp, as well as AudioGone and the Klipsch forum in the garage sale section. I paid $400, and that's probably not average. That's probably what most people consider a youth man deal, but you can find some great bargains out there. Typically, RF7s will go for about $600 to maybe $800 depending on condition. I'd love to hear your thoughts on the RF7s. If you've owned those in the past, let me know what your thoughts of them down in the comments below. If you'd like to see other videos like this, feel free to make suggestions as well. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and support this channel. And as always, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. God bless.